Hello, I'd like to tell you about my new video course, Linux Administration with Ansible. Let's take you on a brief walk through the course and what it will contain. First of all, we're going to go through some of the basics of Ansible, the real fundamentals that tell you how to get started, how to install it, how to just get off the ground with Ansible. Once we've got that under our belts, we'll start to look at some of the key concepts, the Ansible languages that are used, the file structure, the nuts and bolts that are going to let you really get into automation. Now, from there, we're not going to waste any time. We're going to get straight into writing your first playbook. And I think this is really important. I always think in terms of achievement, in terms of a sense of satisfaction, it's really important to get results quickly when you're learning anything. So we're going to dive right in by the third module and make your first playbook. We're going to create it together and actually be able to automate a real world, albeit a small scale, Linux system administration task. Once we've done that, we're going to look into the subject of roles. We're going to look at how you turn your playbook into a role, why roles are important, what their purpose is in the larger Ansible ecosystem, and how you can leverage them to your advantage. Indeed, why you would even want to do this. When we've done this, we're going to take a look at Ansible variables. Ansible variables, as with any language, are important. They enable you to make scalable, reusable code. Ansible is no exception to this, so we're going to learn all about Ansible variables in Module 5. And then when we get to Module 6, we're going to look at protecting your secrets at rest. So Ansible, like any automation tool, sooner or later is going to have secret data with it, perhaps passwords, keys for databases, those kind of things. In an ideal world, you don't want them lying around on disk in unencrypted form where anyone can read them. Ansible has a native feature called Vault, Ansible Vault, and we're going to demonstrate how to create vaults and how to integrate them into your playbook, all the while keeping your secret data hidden. And then finally, we're going to look at accelerating your automation journey. So this is going to bring us back to Module 4 on roles to a degree, but we're going to take a look at the wider Ansible ecosystem, what it contains, how roles play a part in this, and how you can leverage this to speed up your development cycle. A few prerequisites for the course, nothing major. Although Ansible is a cross-platform automation tool, it is going to be Linux-centric, this course, hence the title, and so you're going to need some basic Linux system administration knowledge. That's going to have to be under your belt before you get started. We will do a very brief setup of an SSH connection in the early modules of the course as well, but if you have prior experience with SSH connectivity, that's going to be to your advantage. Working knowledge of Linux package management is going to be pretty helpful to you, particularly we're going to install Ansible to begin with. And you're going to, if you want to actually do these examples with me, do it along with the course, you're going to need access to a Linux system as well. Now, a few final points before we wrap up this little intro. We're going to cover some really key aspects of Ansible and automation. We're going to cover why it's so important in modern system administration. I'm going to try and drop in some of the pitfalls to look out for, some of the things that I've learned in my career. We're going to make sure we build our code in line with the current best practices for Ansible, so you're starting off on the right foot. And we're going to learn all about protecting secret data. I hope you enjoy the course.